So today on the workbench, I've got a HP 6000 Pro. Now this one here currently has a flat CMOS battery. So I'm going to have to crack it open to get in there to replace that battery. Currently I'm not sure where the battery is located, but let's try and figure that out. Now, to begin with, one of these covers will be coming off. I'll just have to find which one is the first one to come off. I believe it's to be here, which will require a flat screwdriver. Of which all are nearly missing. Brilliant noise. No, it's not liking that at all. Swing that around for some better light. See, no, that's a hidden adhesive mounting position. Now, I can see some screw holes under there. What's the alternative here? No. Unless this panel comes off first. That's better. Push that back down for now. From here I've got to start. If I zoom you out, you'll see it over here. It should push. So from here, with that side, with that single panel off, we would be able to upgrade the RAM, which is down here. What have we got in there currently? Currently we've got 2 gig of DDR3 RAM, which this is also running a Core 2 Duo, which is considerably old by today's standards. But this particular customer, it is serving their purpose perfectly fine. So because of that, I will do as they request, which is just to replace the CMOS battery, as their date and time are constantly getting reset whenever they power off the computer. Now, if I remember correctly, these ones aren't fun to tear down, or at least if you need to dig deeper. As we can see, we've got memory there, and over here we have access to the hard drive, which has one single screw down here. Undo that. The screw itself doesn't come out, but it enables us to pull the drive out like so. One hard drive removed. Now it's a matter of keep digging. Now we do see why that panel didn't want to come out before. One single screw here. So far all screw lengths have been identical, which is handy. Looking at this, even though this piece here has a screw in it, it looks like it is actually joined over here as one piece. So from there, this is going to need to come out, which is the stand. Relatively chunkier screws, this one. currently I've got a sleeping kitten behind me. And I hope it doesn't choose to climb up here and knock these screws off for me. Because at the minute I don't have a screw holder. Good luck. One stand off. What can we see from down here? Not much extra. Do see a SATA connector here, power, and over here what looks to be a tamper switch. Or an anti-tamper switch. Which is certainly what I'm doing right now. I guess all I can really do is continue removing screws from here and dig further. It looks like one DVD ROM here, one screw. Presumably that's to lock it into position. No, I'll try this one up here as well, which funnily enough does say CD-ROM. That is the third type of screw I've encountered so far. That one seems to be relatively unique. That removed. You see not too much more. See the side of a cooling fan and a few more screws, which I'll proceed to take apart. Now I do have another one over here, which we'll be removing. Identical to the DVD one. Now where else can I unscrew? So I feel like the screen itself shouldn't have to come off. I've got another one over here at the top. Need the copper cooler. I think if I'm going to all this effort to replace the CMOS battery, while I'm in here, I might as well replace some thermal paste. It is an old machine, but to go through all this effort that I'm doing here, I might as well make it worthwhile as well. Now we'll change that angle of the camera. Bingo. Lay that there, DVD-ROM. Another screw down here. There's very few of these all-in-one designs that I've come across that I actually like. A little while ago I dealt with one that had a micro ATX board inside of it. So you could actually upgrade it, which that one I did. At the time I couldn't upgrade it to a Ryzen system. There just wasn't anything really compatible with the housing. But I do see another screw hidden down here. So it ended up getting replaced with a I think it was an i3 8100, 16 gig of RAM and an NVMe drive. So that was going to turn into a very swift machine in the end. Now, if I swing this camera back around here, hoping from here, this part here should come off. I'm not seeing any extra screws hidden on me. I was hoping, with a bit of luck, it should separate. Sounded good. Bingo. Partially in, but alas, still no CPU battery, which is what I'm looking for. Funnily enough, if you had a processor on hand, it looks like it's socket 775 down here. So if you did have a power efficient quad core, you could probably upgrade it. I'm assuming that's the graphics chip over here, which must be a GeForce one, just by the trend. So under here we've got the CPU fan. Over here, and I don't believe these ones had a chipset fan. So bugger, I will continue to dig. Next one to come out looks to be the I/O panel at the back here. Another one. We're in. So from here we can access the Wi-Fi card, located down here. A bit of a plate of some variety. Not sure what that is right here, but let's proceed. Exciting to find that CMOS battery. Nothing there. One thing I do spot down here. Over here, we have another mini PCIe slot, as we have one right here. Now, I feel like this job is going to get increasingly harder now. So that's basically the main things you should require to access. Except I can't see what I need. Which means it's either going to be hidden somewhere else, or it's on the other side of this board. Either way, I don't like how I'm going to have to get to it. And as I say that, I spot what I need. Bingo. Right down there. Here. Which, from here, it doesn't look to be like it's a standard size. If I can avoid having to dig that far down, I'm certainly going to avoid that. I'm going to get some tweezers and see how I can go from there. Now, being this battery is completely depleted, I'm not too concerned about putting anything metal on there. If it was a fully charged battery, I would probably have a little bit of concern. At the minute, bingo, one battery. Now, please reveal your secrets of what you are. And you're not wanting to tell me, are you? 2032, I believe that is. I'll go compare it with another battery that I've got on hand, and hopefully I can reinstall that with a fresh one. Excellent, so I've managed to get my hand on a replacement battery. It did turn out it was a 2032 battery. So one of those will be going back in there. It's a matter of finding the right tool that isn't metal to be able to do that with. I think my solution is going to be some electrical tape wrapped around the tweezers to be able to lever it in there. And the other idea that I've got, like this from the phone, that, put the battery in there, slide it in, get into position, then from there, move into the position that I need, and then push down with the plastic pry tool. Nope, not quite. And here I've got a kitten incoming. Now if I need to move my arm so I've got enough light to actually see what I'm doing. And bugger. Use the tweezers on the top. There we go. Mostly into position from there. Excuse the cat. Now, plastic pry tool. Bingo. We have a one replace battery. Now from here is the fun task of reassembling everything. So let's get into it. To begin with, as you can see, one type of screw, the brackets, two types of screws. So 3 different types of screws in total, which luckily means less screws means, well, less variety of screws means less variety of error. Which, that's something that I can get behind. Cool, that's into position. Next up, I/O panel, which surprisingly has DisplayPort out. Find that quite crazy considering this is from the Core 2 Duo era. Next up, see what's going to get covered. Where a screw actually goes. This one down here gets covered. So we put the screw into the I/O plastic. If it will let me. Seem to be in. From here, back cover. Now, I am debating whether or not to do the thermal paste. I think I'll end up leaving that in the end, but if you did want to go down that path, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then you'd need to probably slip this tape just here to be able to lift out the copper cooler. And then from there you should be right to replace that. Turns out there is a plastic clip over here, right here, that doesn't want to go in. There we go, in. Now, right now my camera is saying it's overheating, so I'll see how much longer I can record for before we eventually cut out. But hopefully this video here has given you enough information to be able to tear one of these down if you need to replace the components that you need to get to. Be it a CMOS battery, RAM, hard drive, wireless card, thermal paste, SATA cable. A few more over here. One screw up near the copper cooler. Turns out that wasn't vital to get to where I needed to go to. But typically when in doubt, screws come out. Down here. Go. Now try and give you guys a better angle. Just put this one in down here. The next one I need to put in, long screw. And done. From here, I'll be proceeding to put the hard drive back in. I can't tell if that's quite sat in. There we go. One screw for it. Now, one screw in. What have I got left? A minute. 1, 2, 3. One of them will go here. Now I'm down to 2. One single screw left for the DVD drive. These 4 here. Now I'm not seeing any more Phillips heads. Actually, I lie. I see one more up here. Turns out that was also not necessary to come out. Go. Now at the minute, what have I got left? Not I've got these 5 here, hinge, stand, and one here. Bit of luck. These will make sense where they need to go. One there. Over here. No, don't tell me I've missed one. So close. Top down perspective. None over here. Or none that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good old feeling of missing where that single screw is meant to go. I believe it must be hidden under the big plastic panel. One, 2. Bingo. Found it. Here's where the bugger was. Screw that down. So not exactly a critical screw position. But if it comes out, probably should come in.